Ever since my dad walked out when I was 7, my mom was convinced that men were the root of all trouble. By the time I hit 13, she made me wear this embarrassing shirt to school with no boyfriends scrawled in sparkly pink letters. She loaded my phone with tracking apps and even set up a security camera aimed at my bedroom window. But when a guy from my science class started walking me home through our rough neighborhood and showing me how to defend myself, I kept it hush-hush. I was more afraid of the 3 creeps tailing me than I was of defying her rules. Years had passed since Dad left, but Mom's distrust of men never faded. At 13, I was stuck wearing that awful no boyfriends asterisk shirt, and she'd call me during every break at school, her paranoia fueled by that camera outside my room. Part of me got why she hovered so much. Our neighborhood wasn't safe. I was only 8, wearing a frilly tutu for my birthday when I first got catcalled. Without a man around to shield us, Mom and I faced harassment constantly. It made sense why she despised men so much. But her rules, they didn't stop the creeps. They just painted a target on my back. A lone girl, clearly single, practically advertising asterisk easy prey asterisk. That's when I met him. This boy from chemistry class spotted me hurrying past a shady street corner one day, clutching my keys like Mom had shown me. "You okay?" he called out. I ignored him, stranger danger, right? But he didn't give up. "I live nearby, we could walk together." Mom's warnings screamed in my head, that's how they get you, so I brushed him off, practically sprinting away. But I started noticing him after that, always nearby when I walked home. Weeks passed like this until one day changed everything. 3 guys started trailing me, my pulse racing as I reached for my phone. Then chemistry guy showed up out of nowhere, slinging an arm around me. "Sorry I'm late, babe," he said loudly. The creeps scattered instantly. Once they were gone, he let go. "You all right?" I nodded, but his next words sent a shiver through me. "I hate seeing you walk alone." Was he sweet or controlling? I couldn't tell, but those 3 guys scared me more than he did. So when he offered to walk with me again, I agreed. Our walks became my secret. He knew my routine, always texting mate at home, if he couldn't join me. He taught me self-defense moves in the park, his hands guiding my posture, showing me how to escape a hold. "Every girl needs to know this," he'd say, but Mom's voice lingered. Predators love control. He'd show up at odd times, claiming he was just in the area. Sure. Once I teased him about stalking me, and his face turned stone-cold serious. "I notice things," he said, "like that car parked outside your place." I could have bolted then, but I didn't. I kept meeting him. Mom nearly caught us once when I was foolishly showing him my street. When her car rounded the corner early, he dove behind a trash bin. My heart thundered. "Who were you with?" she demanded. "No one, just on the phone," I lied, thinking I was so slick, but someone else was sneaking around too. Days later, our neighbor Mrs. Carter got robbed in broad daylight. The police said the thief knew her schedule perfectly. Mom went ballistic. "It's always someone you trust, someone who learns your habits," she said, staring me down. "You haven't been talking to boys, have you?" I lied again as my phone buzzed with another asterisk made at home, asterisk text. He texted constantly. Where was I? Who was I with? Once I didn't reply for an hour and he showed up at the library looking frantic. "Just worried," he claimed. After 2 more break-ins in the neighborhood, I decided his presence was better than being alone. On days Mom worked late, he'd hide in my closet doing schoolwork while I kept lookout. "This is crazy," he'd whisper. No kidding. Then it all fell apart on a Thursday. Mom came home early with a headache. I barely shoved him into the closet before she walked in. "Just gonna rest," she said, heading to her room. He was stuck. My phone lit up, "Still in here, no duh." Then I heard it, glass shattering downstairs. My blood ran cold. Mom appeared pale as a ghost. "Did you hear that?" Footsteps creaked on the stairs, slow and heavy. Mom mouthed, "Call 911. Her phone was downstairs. Mine was dead. The footsteps grew louder. Mom pushed me behind her, gripping my lacrosse stick. The door flew open. A man in a ski mask stood there, knife gleaming. Mom swung, but he grabbed the stick, yanked it away, and shoved her into the wall. I screamed. The closet door burst open. Chemistry guy tackled the intruder using the moves he'd taught me. They crashed to the floor. "Call 911, he shouted, wrestling for the knife. Mom fumbled for her phone, hands trembling. He pinned the guy with a wrestling move. Knee on his back, knife kicked aside, holding him until the cops arrived. The intruder had been targeting single-mother homes for weeks, watching for places with no male presence. No men's shoes on the porch, easy marks. That night, Mom sat on my bed, still trembling. "How long?" she asked. 4 months, I confessed. She looked at him, really looked, then said softly, "My rules made us a target, didn't they?" She didn't say more, just held my hand. I thought she was coming around. But the next morning, chemistry guy wasn't at our usual spot, or at school. His perfect attendance turned into a week of absences. A sick feeling hit me. I knew Mom had something to do with it. That weekend, his empty desk haunted me. Mom dodged his name every time I brought it up. By Monday at 7:15 a.m., I couldn't take it. I cornered her in the kitchen, where she was stirring her coffee like it was her lifeline. "What did you do to him?" I demanded. She kept stirring, the spoon clinking rhythmically. "Mom, I asterisk, no asterisk, you did something. He wouldn't just vanish." Her shoulders stiffened. Finally, she set the spoon down. "I went to his house last Tuesday," she said quietly. "Talked to his mom." My stomach knotted. Of course, she couldn't let it go after the break-in. She slid her phone across the table. "Look at what I found on his social media before he locked it down." I didn't want to look, but I had to. My hands shook as I saw the photos. 3 girls my age or younger, each alone with him in different places. A park, a basement, a car. The girls looked uneasy, scared even. One had her arms crossed tightly while he draped an arm around her. The dates spanned months, different seasons, different girls. My hands trembled so hard I nearly dropped the phone. "He's 18, Leela," Mom said, her voice slicing through the buzzing in my ears. "Held back twice, not 15 like he told you. 18. She showed me official documents, his real school records, given to her by his mother after Mom shared what she'd found. His mom didn't even know he was hanging out with you. I thought of his texts, how he called me special, said he wanted to protect me, that I was different. Words that felt like a lifeline when Mom's rules suffocated me. Then she showed me screenshots from his phone, messages his mom had uncovered. My chest tightened. The exact same lines he sent me, asterisk, you're special, I just want to protect you. You're not like other girls, asterisk, sent to every girl, copied and pasted. His mom made him transfer schools, Mom said, pocketing her phone. She was horrified when I showed her. She's getting him help, but he's not allowed near you or any young girls. I felt sick. All those times he happened to be there, his hands lingering during self-defense lessons, always knowing my location. At school that morning at 8:45, kids whispered about his sudden transfer. Some said his family moved for his dad's job, others heard he got kicked out for fighting. I stayed quiet, feeling foolish. How had I missed it? The signs were obvious. His constant texts, showing up uninvited, getting upset when I didn't reply fast enough. Mom's overbearing rules had made me crave connection, and he'd exploited that. At lunch at 12:30, my friend Emma sat beside me. We'd been close since 4th grade, but I'd drifted from her, caught up in my secret. "You've been off since he disappeared," she said, peeling her sandwich wrapper. "What happened?" The words caught in my throat. How could I admit the guy who saved us was a predator? That Mom's paranoia was right, just not how she thought. Walking home alone at 3:30 felt strange. No chemistry guy, no Mom calling every few minutes. She'd been different since learning the truth. I gripped my keys tightly, flinching at a car door slamming. Were his self-defense moves even legit, or just a way to get close? At 4 o'clock, halfway home, Mom met me. "We'll walk together," she said. "Not because I don't trust you, but because we both need to feel safe." The next Tuesday at 7 o'clock a.m., she showed me self-defense videos on her laptop. "What he taught you wasn't right," she said, pulling up tutorials from real experts. The moves were different, designed to escape, not keep someone near like his were. I wondered what Mom found that made him block everyone so fast. Those photos must have been bad for him to panic like that. His pattern, same lines, same moves, same routine with multiple girls, felt rehearsed, chilling. Wednesday at 4:30 p.m., my phone buzzed with a text from an unknown number. "I miss you, sweetheart. Your mom can't keep us apart." My body froze. Mom grabbed the phone, screenshotting everything. By 4:45, we were at the police station. Officer Brooks took us seriously, nodding as Mom presented a folder stuffed with screenshots and dates. "Good work," he told her. "This is what we need." Thursday at 10 o'clock a.m., I was called to the counselor's office. "Your mom reached out," Miss Carter said at 10:15, motioning for me to sit. "You're not in trouble, but we need to talk about that boy." I braced for a lecture, but instead she showed me a list. "Do you know what grooming is?" she asked. I shrugged. "Something about brushing hair." She explained how predators target vulnerable kids, those with strict parents, few friends, or low confidence, offering friendship, protection, or gifts, slowly crossing boundaries. Every item on her list matched what he'd done. At 10:30, she added, "He chose you on purpose. That shirt, no boyfriend, walking alone, he saw an opportunity." "I'm an idiot," I mumbled. "You're not," she said. "You're 13. He's 18 and has done this before. It wasn't a fair fight." Friday at 6 p.m., Mom and I ate pizza and had a real talk. She opened up about Dad, how he'd seemed perfect, charming, and protective until he turned controlling, checking her phone, showing up unexpectedly, raging if she spoke to other men. "I was terrified you'd end up like me," she said, picking at her pizza. "But I was repeating the same mistake, trying to control you to keep you safe." Saturday at 2 p.m., we joined a self-defense class together. The instructor, a woman, made me feel powerful, not scared. Mom smiled watching me practice. Monday at 8 a.m., another shock. A text from a new unknown number with a photo of me walking to school, snapped from across the street. Mom called Officer Brooks while I tried to stay calm, hands shaking. By 8:30, police cars lined the school. The principal announced new safety protocols, extra security, teachers patrolling sidewalks, a buddy system for walking. Whispers followed me through the halls. Tuesday at noon, I told Emma everything at lunch, the truth about his age, the other girls, the relentless texts. "My cousin dealt with someone like that," she said. "Seemed perfect at first." Wednesday at 11 a.m., Miss Carter started a lunch group about healthy relationships. 4 girls joined. We didn't share names, but we got each other. At 11:30, one girl described her boyfriend, older, protective, calling her special. My stomach sank. It was his playbook. At 11:45, she showed me their texts, identical to mine. We went to Miss Carter, who called Officer Brooks. Thursday at 9 a.m., 2 more girls came forward after Miss Carter discreetly spread the word. We gave statements to the police separately. Friday at 3 p.m., the detective revealed he'd done this at other schools, a pattern stretching back 3 years. Mom held my hand as we absorbed it. Saturday at 10 a.m., we attended a support group. Other moms shared guilt over being too strict or too lenient. Other girls felt foolish for trusting. Monday at 7 a.m., news hit. He was arrested over the weekend. Some kids called us liars, others quietly thanked us. At noon, boys made crude jokes. Emma shut them down while I sat frozen. Words hurt more than punches. Tuesday at 2 p.m., the principal held an assembly on consent and grooming. Most kids zoned out, but some listened. A few girls shared their stories with me after. Friday at 4 p.m., the prosecutor said they were pressing multiple charges, with a trial in 2 months. I was relieved but nervous. Saturday at 6 p.m., Mom deleted the tracking apps. "I trust you," she said. "But we keep talking, okay?" We set fair rules together. 2 weeks later, Monday at 8 a.m., I walked to school alone, alert but not afraid, knowing the safe routes Mom taught me. Wednesday at 3 p.m., I saw a younger girl in a no-boyfriend shirt, clutching her keys, scared. I offered to walk with her. Thursday at 4 p.m., Mom mentioned a coworker asked her out for coffee. She asked my thoughts and we discussed red flags. She listened. Friday at 5 p.m., as the trial loomed, the prosecutor warned it'd be tough. Mom took time off to be there. On trial day, Monday at 9 a.m., seeing him in court made me tremble. He looked smaller. His lawyer called us confused kids with overprotective parents. At 11 a.m., I testified, sticking to facts. His texts, his lies about his age, his pattern. My voice held steady despite my fear. Tuesday at 10 a.m., the other girls testified. We were scared but stronger together. The evidence stacked up, screenshots, statements, his history. Wednesday at 2 p.m., the jury convicted him on multiple counts. He got prison time and must register as an offender. Mom cried with relief. Thursday at 7 p.m., we ordered takeout and felt oddly normal. It wasn't a win, just closure. 2 weeks later, school went on. The gossip faded. I walked alone or with Mom, finding balance. Wednesday at noon, more girls joined Miss Carter's group. We discussed healthy relationships, warning signs, and trusting ourselves. I helped the newcomers. Friday at 4 p.m., Mom and I finished our self-defense class. The instructor called us her best mother-daughter duo. We wore that pride together. A month later, I stopped checking window locks obsessively. The fear was easing. Mom noticed, smiling when I left without triple-checking. Wednesday at 3:30 p.m., a girl told me her older boyfriend made her uneasy. I gave her Miss Carter's number and mine. Saturday at 10 a.m., Mom and I volunteered at the support group, sharing our story. Moms and girls cried, seeing their own struggles. Monday at 8 a.m., the neighborhood still felt unsafe. Men still shouted things sometimes, but Mom and I faced it as a team, not controlling, not reckless, just cautious. Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. I saw another scared girl walking alone, keys out. I offered to walk with her, teaching her real safety. Signing off now, folks. Thanks for letting me add a bit of humor to your day. Catch you later. If you read this far, leave a comment. I love hearing from you.